Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Thank you. Good morning. And of course, thank God it's Friday. Thank you for joining me today on Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. This is where we talk about everything that has to do with Nigeria, speaking to critical stakeholders and especially speaking to the issues, about these land. The aim is to have us well informed, better informed about issues of public importance nationally, subnationally, and sometimes globally. FEMI Ojo is my name, and I want to welcome you to this program today. On the program, we look at the headlines from our major dailies every day, and of course, we then get talking about these issues, every issues from anthropology to zoology, in a manner of talking, speaking rather from A to Z. Talking about Nigeria, talking about politics, governance, social issues, things that has to do with you, the good people of Nigeria. Many persons are waiting what will really happen, as far as the PDP is concerned, about the leadership, the neck of the PDP, the NWC of the PDP, and we are learning that maybe things are about to take a turn, especially with the issue of the FCT Minister Yeson Wike, former governor, two-term governor, actually, of River State, who is in daggers drawn, with the incumbent governor, who used to be his protege, in a manner of speaking, who calls him, by the way, I'm talking about Governor Fubara, calling Wike his Oga, my Oga, but it seems it's not the way it seems. For some time now, it's about the power play, part also, especially about who controls the structure of the party. In fact, I'm talking about in River State. Many persons, PDP governors have said, Governor Fubara, you are in charge in the state. But it seems some other powers that be, especially the NWC, are tilting towards the FCT minister to say the structure is in your hands because you're a serving minister as well. But you're not serving, by the way, he is not serving under a PDP government at the national level. He is, it's this, he has not left the PDP. The last meeting they had rather, he was there. But then many are saying he has done so many anti-party activities and he deserves the big stick. But then the question is, who is going to wield that big stick? Now, PDP has come up with a reconciliation committee, to handle aggrieved members and to, bring them back together. But then they have a disciplinary committee as well. And so many persons are waiting, fingers crossed, to see who has that temerity. Will this committee of PDP, the disciplinary committee, have the temerity, have the guts, the steel to wield, the quote and unquote expected big stick against Minister Yeson Wike, who worked actively, publicly against the interests of his party at the last national presidential election, and he has not hidden it. And he has even challenged the PDP many times to say, if you can, come at me. He has dared them many times. But then they talk about party supremacy. But as far as the PDP is concerned, I'm not sure there's anything like that in that party, especially at the national level. This is a public opinion. Many persons are saying if actually they are serious as a party, they should be doing something about their home, especially as 2027 is not far off. Again, by the way, there's some elections that will be happening, later in Edo State this month and maybe next month in Ondo State as well. That party should put its act together. The APC as well, having internal issues. A former member of the party who definitely has been suspended, Mr. Lukman, is not letting go. He was the vice chairman, I think Northwest or thereabout, and he has been speaking against what he thinks the party represents, especially President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration so far. But away from that, we'll take this quick break. When we return, we'll look at the papers, what the papers have for us on Morning Spring today. Let's inform you that we are live on our YouTube channel at Western Spring TV. and also on our various social media platforms on X, on Instagram, and of course on Facebook as well, all at Western Spring Television. If you are ready, definitely I am ready. Stay with me.
Nigeria still has some breathtaking natural areas and national parks. These forests and wild places help maintain healthy ecosystems, clean rivers, rainfall, and even the oxygen we breathe. But if we allow our wildlife to be poached and our forests to be cut illegally, we may lose this forever. So let's do the right thing. Tell your families and friends not to buy illegal bushmeat or illegal timber from our protected forests. It's time to save our wildlife and forests in order to protect our natural heritage. Keep them wild, keep us safe.
All right, you're welcome back. Moving straight to the Daily Trust on the headline segment for this morning. Daily Trust, and it's rather on a very sad note, especially with what is happening or what has just happened, in some states in the north, particularly in Borno State, about the flood. Borno flood. My wife, 5 kids, still missing. Survivor as an harrowing and agonizing experience. My wife, 5 kids, still missing. Survivor. That's from the Borno flood with riders. I thought I would die with my 6 children. Another rider says canoe operators collected 100,000 naira to rescue my sheep. And NGF visits affected areas, donates 100 million naira, and Fintiri 50 million naira, and 259 dead, over 1 million affected in 29 states. That's a report from NEMA. And you can see the picture there of those that have lost, that have been affected, cars, vehicles, houses being submerged, and a photograph, and of some children rescued in a crane from a rooftop, and this is very sad. You can see some persons in a canoe ferrying as people from one point to another, and it's sad to know that as of first time, 259 people have been confirmed dead and over 1 million affected, in 29 states about these flooding issues. But the Borno flood is particularly, disastrous, and 30 die in Kaduna and Kano road crashes, not a good news. And Edo governorship, PDP declines to sign peace accord. Why? And fuel queues resurface in Abuja. And Nigeria must investigate attacks on journalists. IPI. Top strip of the Daily Trust for today. APC state chairman worried over hardship. Really? And 400 deported Nigerians arrive Abuja airport from UAE. And bandits kill 3 soldiers, others in Zamfara. Abduct 4 at Kasina Hospital. This is exactly what we talk about here every day. These criminals are roaming free. Like we don't have law enforcement agents. In fact, some of them have been overrun, killed, because that's been reported. The Daily Trust has put the number as of today that the bandits have killed 3 soldiers. These are uniformed men, trained men, people's, husband, brothers, relatives. A very sad situation there. We move away from the Daily Trust to the Guardian. The Guardian newspaper for today. Edo Guba, fragile peace deal stokes insecurity, apathy fears. And you can see some gentlemen there, from the front page of the Guardian. Some of the contestants, Aswe Godalo, Lumidi Akpata, and Mr. Monday Okpebolo, there. I think there are 3 major candidates in that election. gubernatorial election, to decide who succeeds Governor, Obaseki there. Right now, away from that, protesters demand the release of detained PDP members in Edo, and flooding. A low dam repairs cost 762 million naira in 12 years and 26 million naira before collapse. That's the dam, that ultimately cost the ruins in Borno State. A low dam. The repair cost 762 million naira in 12 years and 26 million naira just before that collapse. Away from that, CUPP to Tinubu, you've lost touch with reality. CUPP to President Tinubu, you have lost touch with reality. And just above that, hackers intensify attacks on educational institutions for ransom, says report. You can see the picture of the Minister of Education there, Mr. Tahir Maman. Hackers intensify attacks on educational institutions for ransom, says report. And away from that, foreign patronage in equities dips by 73% in 8 years. And obtaining the Nigerian passport without tears. That's an editorial page. On editorial page 12. And bandits block Zamfara highway, abduct travelers, kill soldiers. I took that from the front page of the Daily Trust earlier, and it has been confirmed again by the Guardian that bandits blocked Zamfara highway and abducted travelers and killed Nigerian soldiers. This is unacceptable by every inch. And here, below that, it's on the sporting scene, beyond fame and fortune. Beyond fame and fortune, news analysis on page 4 and 5. Why sports stars battle depression, poverty at career sunset. Why sports stars battle depression, poverty at career sunset. And you have some, stars, Nigerian stars there as well. The late Rashidi Yekini, who was arguably one of the best strikers Nigeria national football team, the Super Eagles, have ever had. Pace, power, goals, short, but then things turned out, badly for him at some point before he died. Talking about depression, talking about poverty, and same thing for Wilson Oruma. Very skillful player, still alive, but it seems things are not too good for him as well. So the Guardian is asking the question, or answering the question there: why sports stars battle depression and poverty at career sunset. This is one situation to see that people plying their trades around the world, flying around the world, on sporting activities, meeting kings and presidents of nations, selling out with their teams, stadiums, end up in a particular way. You might want to have that detail from the Guardian. I'm moving away from the Guardian. Let's move to the Punch. The Punch newspaper for today. Edo governorship poll. Opposition fears violence as PDP shuns peace accord. Why? That's a question many persons have been asking. The contestant wasn't there, the party wasn't represented, and this peace accord thing has been on for some time right now, and they were conspicuously absent. So what does that signify? Or it's just coincidental, it's for the Edo people to decide. The opposition fears violence as PDP shuns peace accord, and with a rider, INEC distribute final batch of PVCs today as poll holds next Saturday. Yes, 21st of September is the gubernatorial decision day, in Edo State. And Abdul Salami panel sues 4Ps. You could see him there, former head of state Abdul Salami Abubakar, with the INEC boss, the IGP, critical stakeholders. You just have the picture there. Of course, Father Kuka is there as well. He's part of the Peace Accord organizers as well. And wait, bottom strip capitalization. Take that again, recapitalization. Manufacturers SME struggle as banks take over capital market. And blind mothers missing kids found in Lagos after 10-month search. You can see the picture of the children there. Blind mothers missing kids found in Lagos after 10-month search. Sounds like a good news. Okay, PDP governors lose as NWC hands Wike reverse control. There's the part where you say, what next? Because the PDP governors have thrown their weight, just like I said earlier, behind the incumbent governor of Rivers State, Governor Fubara. But the NWC of the party is being reported to have handed over the control of the party, to Minister Wike. So, who is in charge? Okay, and top strip, NNPC, Dangote, high crude sale and product buyback deal. NNPC, Dangote, high crude sale and product buyback deal. An NNPC team to monitor production at refinery. NNPC team to monitor production at refinery. Maybe that was what gave the rise, to that news yesterday in some quarters that the NNPC are asking for an office, inside the Dangote refinery. Maybe because of this, I'm not too sure. By the way, and away from that, OPS writes AGF over $2.4 billion forex contract breach. Again, OPS writes AGF over $2.4 billion forex contract breach. And the U.S. consulting with Nigeria to counter terrorism. General. U.S. consulting with Nigeria to counter terrorism. And that's coming from a general. And this particular one, on a rather sober note, Tinubu governance, Obasanjo mourn as Owawubokun joins his ancestors. Tinubu governance, Obasanjo mourn as Owawubokun joins his ancestors. It started like 2 days ago, like a rumor, and definitely, but by yesterday, it became official, that the paramount ruler of Ijeshaland, the Owawubokun Wadimula of the Ijeshaland, Oba Dr. Gabriel Adekunle Aromolaron, CFR LFD, has gone to meet his ancestors, at the age of 86. So we'll be looking, into the life and times of the late Owawubokun in the course of this program as well. So, commiseration with the good people of Ijeshaland, and of course, Governor Adeleke has, condoled with the people of Ijeshaland, the royal family, the president as well has done that. But just like I said, we'll have time for that in the course of the program. We move to The Nation. The Nation newspaper is next. And this one says, governors rally support for devastated Borno flood victims. You can see some of the governors there, the signature cap of Jide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak is there as well, with some other colleagues of Governor Zulu. Talking about the Nigeria Governors Forum. Some of them were there yesterday and they pledged their support. And here, the writer says, water yet to recede, especially after the breaking, the busting rather, of that dam. 40% of farmland washed away. It's a sad situation in Borno State. Lives lost, animals' lives lost as well. And then, farmlands washed away. It's a difficult situation. And, you don't want to even think about the diseases that might arise, especially, expected ones like cholera and the likes. Borno State, and especially Nigeria, has a lot on his hands right now, and we must stand up to support one another. And maybe that's why the governors, are supporting Governor Zuluma, the good people of Borno State at this time. Edo 2024 says PDP SHUNS peace accord demands exit of police chief and wreck. Another one, rider to that says there will be no cause for alarm, says Abdusalami. The question again is, why was the PDP not represented at the peace accord? Because it has become a tradition. Almost everybody knows, especially when major elections are about to happen. Nigeria to get 589 billion naira impact on health. Others with Britain. Tinubu, King Charles meet in London. Now you can see the picture of the gentlemen, two leaders in their own right, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ashwaji Bola Tinubu, and of course the King of England, King Charles III on Wednesday. Away from that, CBN demands monthly POS transactions report. Now, many persons have been frowning, against this particular policy. First, it was the registration of all POS operators, with the CAC and other policies are followed. The handlers of the government and or some of these agencies that came with these policies, they have their reasons, maybe for security, to forestall money laundering, for financial regulations as well. And now CBN is demanding that monthly POS reports, the transactional report, be sent to them as well. And top strip, reign of tribute for Owaobo Molaron, who lived in 1937 to 2024. And 17 passengers missing as truck knocks bus into river at Ife. Sad one. 17 passengers missing as truck knocks bus into river at Ife. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is really sad. And we are just hopeful, for something bright at the end of the day, because missing can be really traumatic. Now, away from that, 440 million naira contract probe. ICPC summons Kano Speaker and others. An LP crisis, Ume backs Abure must go decision. Okay, it seems the turn of the Labour Party with leadership crisis. They've been on it for a while. It seems there was a respite, but since the new committee, critical committee, has been put in place by some bigwigs of the party, it's like the former leadership are not having it easy at all. And bottom strip of the nation for today, Sweden offers immigrants $34,000 to leave country. Then Sweden offers immigrants $34,000 to leave country, and Ekiti pays 71.48 million naira compensation. All right, 34,000 naira for immigrants to leave Sweden. Maybe one man needs to count, is whatever it takes, if it is worth it, for immigrants to leave Sweden. If you are ready to leave, come take $34,000, for you to leave the Scandinavian country. Maybe with other conditions, we are not too sure as of now. And Vanguard is next. Vanguard newspaper. Petrol price, NNPCL Dangote in gritty horse trading. Take that again. Petrol price, NNPCL Dangote in gritty horse trading with riders. And says price negotiations meeting continues today. And we will be guided by PIA in accepting any price. NNPC. Another one says if they fail to buy from us, we export. That's from Dangote as a company. Trusting says depot owners have petitioned President Tinubu over diesel price. Okay. And scarcity, hawkers sell cheaper than fuel stations. That's an investigation. How so? Hawkers, the people who refer to as black market traders, who hustle, that's language, on the street. A investigation report is saying that maybe they sell cheaper than fuel stations as well. And just below that, directly, you have the peace accord on Edo election. And some of the gentlemen there, you can see their faces. Former Edo State, Abdul Salam Abubakar, the IGP, party leaders, on the Okpabolo of the APC, Father Kuka of the Kuka Center. You can see them there at the National Peace Accord signing, which PDP and their representatives were conspicuously absent. And here, the picture of the president on his visit, to the Buckingham Palace in London. And away from that, top strip, FCDO letter. Nigeria signs deals with UK, gets 589 billion naira aid. That's quite some money, 584 billion naira. And federal government signs CTC practice direction to reduce cost of airline operations. I click that again. Federal government signs CTC practice direction to reduce cost of airline operations. And 48 million Nigerians still practice open defecation. UNICEF. 48 million Nigerians still practice open defecation. That's from UNICEF. And you might want to ask, what exactly does it mean, open defecation? That is when you, or any other person rather, openly defecate, on a, in the open, as easy as that, open defecation, instead of using the, toilet facilities in homes, in public institutions, at offices. They'd rather do it on the road, the one we call major or minor, you know what I'm saying, that I don't get to upset people's sensitivity to such issues. 40 million Nigerians are still, they pee, and maybe they do the other one, in the open. That's what it means. And 400 deported Nigerians arrive Abuja from UAE. 400 deported Nigerians arrive Abuja from the UAE. Deportation still happening, and that's quite an interesting one. Now that they are back, maybe they will pick up pieces of their life again. That will be all on the airline segment for today, and we'll take this break. When we'll come back, the first leg of our conversation is going to be talking about education, really, but then the economy and the economic reality, especially as students, pupils will be going back to school next week, in most parts of the country. And so with what we have right now, skyrocketing inflation, more than 30%, 35% or thereabout, the food inflation that has surpassed 40%, where does this leave parents? Where does this leave the pupils, the future of the pupils, and of course, the student as well, crash, primary school, nursery, secondary school as well, especially with the recent fuel hike, which has affected everything. You know how it is in Nigeria. Whatever affects the price of fuel affects everything, absolutely everything. And even apart from the part, the students, their pupils, and their parents as well, caregivers, guardians, how about the schools themselves? How do they, fare at this time? Because parents can complain all they like. There is a business to be run by the schools. Well, we'll speak to an educationist to give us a sense, as an educationist, as a school owner, maybe as a parent as well, how to navigate this period and what we have to expect. It's a bomb power this morning on Morning Spring. Stay with me. I'll be back.